Good evening to those bored enough to watch. I had been planning on making this video, but there had been two factors blocking me from doing so. First being that I wouldn't necessarily know what to say in it, and the second one being that I didn't really have the time to make it. Looking back, I had been so absorbed into investing time into making the Halloween video to the point where I had disregarded working on anything else, thus meaning that even if I wanted to, I couldn't fit in the time to make this video because of time management. I don't really want to go into the subject of working on stuff and time management, since that's unrelated to this video, so let's move on. I believe I mentioned in my video about making videos that editing said videos was the most time-consuming aspect of making them, and for the most part, that hasn't really changed. Editing these videos can take hours, days, or even months in really severe scenarios, all dependent on a wide range of factors and circumstances. But one thing I can say about the amount of time it takes to edit a video is that it takes significantly longer to do than any other aspect of making videos, aside from thumbnails. So, with that said, let's discuss the act of editing videos. As I mentioned earlier, editing videos can be very miscellaneous when it comes to the amount of time it takes to do so, ranging from hours to months. If anything, the amount of time it takes is very dependent on quite a few factors, such as the length of the video, the rate of productivity and procrastination, and lastly, my schedule. The first of which I'd like to discuss is the length of the videos. I personally don't really care about the length of the videos. I'll happily make a video as long as it needs to be rather than stretch things out and say the same thing in 200 different ways in hopes of stretching out the video. If a video needs to be 1 minute or 10 minutes, then so be it. I don't really care about the length of the video since my main priority is the quality of said video. Now, that's not to say I'll happily make a viewer wait 6 months for a minute-long video, because I wouldn't. There's a difference between only making videos as long as they need to be and stretching them out to be as long as possible, just like there's a difference between delivering an underwhelming video and delivering a seemingly decent one. Regardless, the main point is that I don't really care about making the video as long as possible, because again, I'll make a video as long as it needs to be. Essentially what I'm saying here is the amount of time it takes to make a video is dependent on the video's length. I'm sure this is self-explanatory. The longer the video, the longer it takes to edit, and vice versa. Though I do think it's worth saying, I don't really pay attention to the amount of time it takes to edit a video when I'm writing and planning it, because when I'm doing so, my only priority is mentioning the things I want to mention. Like I said, I'll happily make a video as long as it needs to be. The second thing that the amount of time it takes to edit a video is dependent on is the rate of productivity and procrastination. The rate of productivity is the rate at which I can be productive. I feel as though that this is also self-explanatory. I do tend to procrastinate sometimes, which leads me to working less on videos and more on planning dumb, pointless builds in Minecraft. I don't feel as though I need to discuss it in depth, since I already made a video on each subject and I'll just be repeating what I said in them. The last factor in the rate of editing videos is my schedule. I'm pretty sure you can see where I'm going with this. The more free time I have outside of school and whatnot, the more I can work on videos and get them out faster. A lot of the reason you don't see a lot of YouTubers uploading or streaming very often is either because of school or a lack of ideas or motivation. I won't really go into that, but essentially what I'm saying here is that school is also very demanding of my time and attention, which can sometimes lead to me having to take longer to edit videos. I can recall countless instances where I have a video near completion or half finished and I had to suddenly stop working on it because of school. I do believe I have over-exaggerated the process of editing videos to be a big, bad, time-consuming monstrosity of a process that wanes on me, but in reality I love doing it. It's genuinely quite enjoyable, but it just takes time. Just like the other aspects of making videos, writing the script, drawing the thumbnails and whatnot. I like doing those, it just takes time, and editing videos is no different. That's not to say it doesn't get stressful, because it certainly does, but what I'm saying here is that I like editing videos, and maybe in a few years time I won't really feel the same towards it, but only time can tell. So, there's the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I do want to apologize for the "I'm 14 and this is deep" closing note at the end there. Just a little example of how I can tend to get carried away when writing videos. Maybe some like it and maybe some don't, but it's all really dependent on preference. I don't really know where I'm going with this incoherent rambling, so I'm just going to end things off here. If you want to follow me, then my socials will be linked in the description as well as any afterthoughts or messages I want to add. With that, I have nothing else to say, so I'll see you all in my next video. I hope you all enjoyed the video and I wish you all a very positive one.